Professor. And now for the Alumni Council report. We have President Kristin Crellin from, I need to be reminded, from Fullerton and San Diego, right? Attended both campuses. But what I didn't realize until today is yesterday was your birthday. So thank you for spending your birthday with us. Please give your report.
Thank you very much, Sherilyn Scheid. In May, we shared with you the 19 CSU campuses participated in a nationally normed alumni attitude study, which provided us valuable insight into how our alumni view the university now and in their own student experience. These results helped the Alumni Council Executive Committee work through an update of our strategic plan in July that was recently adapted by the Alumni Council. The plan focuses on achieving three main goals: promote and engage the CSU and its alumni, advocate for the CSU, and facilitate the growth and development of member alumni associations. Engaging alumni in these three areas is critical to the continued success of the university and the resources available for today's students. For those interested in details about the strategies and tactics we have planned to achieve for these goals, please let me know. Trustee input is, of course, always welcomed. The Alumni Council is also in the process of soliciting nominations for the position of Alumni Trustee. The term of Chair Lynn Scheid, the current Alumni Trustee appointed by the Alumni Council, will end on May 21st, 2014, after 9 years of extremely dedicated service. Campus alumni associations have until November 1st to make their nominations. Semi-finalists will be selected from among the nominees and interviewed by the Trustee Selection and Evaluation Committee of the Alumni Council. That committee will then recommend finalists to the full Alumni Council Board of Directors for election at their meeting on March 21st at Fresno State. If you have any interest in learning more about that election process, full details are available on our website. As you know, the CSU is a leader in educating the workforce that provides for the healthcare needs of Californians. In fact, most nurses with a bachelor's degree in the state are graduates from the CSU. As the pressure increases for our healthcare systems to meet the needs of an expanding patient base while using resources in the most efficient ways possible, nurses are at the front lines. We are proud to have with us today an alumna that is a leader in the nursing field. Marny Fern is a graduate of CSU Stanislaus with both a BSN and an MSN degree. She serves as the Director of Patient Care Services and Clinical Informatics at Doctors Medical Center in Modesto. As you know, the nursing program update to be presented yesterday was moved to November. You did have a brochure that you received. Her full bio is in that brochure you received yesterday. And we've asked Marny to share some of her experiences with you today. Marny.
Well, thank you all for the opportunity to not only participate today, but hear a little bit of the meeting yesterday. Great work is being done. As was mentioned, I'm the Director of Patient Care Services and Clinical Informatics for a large 400-bed facility in the Central Valley. We are fortunate that the California State University Stanislaus campus is just a few miles away, actually in my hometown where I live in Turlock. So my journey began in nursing as an ADN nurse, and certainly during that time I learned how to care for the practical needs of patients, as well as be able to become acclimated in a patient care delivery team. But it was in my bachelor's degree that I started to learn some of those fundamental leadership skills, and I also found that the ability to take research and start to be able to process and prove was fundamental to taking nursing into becoming a profession. But I have to truly say that it wasn't until my master's program that I actually realized and understood what it is to have a career in nursing. At the time, as a practicing emergency room nurse and clinical educator, I had an experience with a 42-year-old patient that presented with symptoms much like any of us in this room could present with. If you've had a fever, maybe a fast heart rate and an infection, we've all had sepsis. But what does it take to take a patient and cross them over from sepsis in the continuum to severe sepsis and into septic shock? This was definitely not on the forefront of the differential for emergency nurses. So during my master's project, I developed an electronic screening tool that was then implemented enterprise-wise by our corporation, which has currently about 49 hospitals. That electronic screening tool is used in the emergency department And from that, I've also developed a 4-part webinar series to educate nurses not only on recognizing sepsis in the emergency room, but the ICU and the medical telemetry floors, and with an adjunct class on being able to use data to process and improve. From that, I can tell you that I cannot truly measure the impact of one nurse's project because it is a nationally recognized event. Not only have I had the opportunity to speak nationally, but I have helped numerous hospitals either develop or redevelop their sepsis recognition programs. So I thank you all for your commitment to your nursing programs, and I thank you for the opportunity to be able to present a little of my history with you and to know that one project can have an impact on each and every one of our lives personally within healthcare. Thank you.
Thank you, Marny. We appreciate all you do to provide high-quality health care in the Central Valley and in statewide. Lastly, we have several system-wide alumni events coming up that I wanted to make you aware of. Actually, last week, the CSU was the largest participant in the annual Back to College event in Washington, D.C. Over 200 CSU alumni registered for this networking mixer put on by the California State Society and open to alumni of any California institution of higher degree. The guests enjoyed meeting with Chancellor White and networking with fellow alumni. On October 26th, the CSU will host its first ever Chicago CSU alumni reception. This event is timed with Chancellor White's keynote at the HACU, Latino Higher Education Leadership Institute, and their conference that many of our presidents and campus leaders will be attending. We look forward to engaging with CSU alumni in the Chicago area. And lastly, for those of you in the LA area, we will be hosting a system-wide alumni mega mixer in Hollywood on November 4th. This event brings together alumni from campuses throughout the system to network and socialize and have proved quite popular. We expect over 300 to attend that event. And thank you, Chair Linscheid. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. And Marty, thank you for being here with us today. And the capitalist in me thinks patent for what you're working on. So look forward to hearing more about that stellar innovation. Board members, may I